Good morning, Math 2 students. This is your video lesson for today, Monday, August 24th. We're going to do some matching. This goes along with the information that we did on Friday. We're going to talk about the word radius, chord, inscribed angle, central angle, and diameter. And we're going to match with one of these over here, right? But the complicated part is we're actually going to take it off a picture now. So this we have to start getting used to looking at and being able to recognize right away where the radii are. Radii means more than one radius. Where a diameter is, where a tangent is, where a central angle, inscribed angle, a chord, and so on. Okay? So what we're going to do, clean this up. We're going to talk about radius. Now if we look at this picture, I really see three radii. I see, and if you remember, a radii is a segment from the center to the edge. There's one. So OD with that segment symbol is a radii. C to O is one, and from O to B is the last one. There's your three to choose from. Okay, so let's look over here if we have one of those. And I see OD. All right, so that's the radius that's over in the list. So I'm going to write OD with a radii symbol, and I'm going to cross this one out. Okay, and then I'm going to clean this up so I can use this picture again for other things. So we're going to look for a chord. Now, a chord is a segment inside a circle whose endpoints are on the circle. And right now I see three different ones. If you want to know, I see AB is a chord. It's a segment with endpoints on the circle. I see CB is one. Okay, it's a segment with endpoints on the circle. And I see ED. Those are three chords. I'm going to tell you that this one is a special chord. So what do you think this chord is called? The one that goes there. Right, that's called the diameter. So we know that CB is the diameter. There's only one diameter in the picture, and they're asking for diameter. So we know CB goes down here, so we can cross that off. Now my other two chords that are left are AB and ED, and the only one left on the list is AB. So chord AB goes here, and now we're ready to roll with our inscribed and central angles. Okay? So, clean this up now. Again, the reason why I keep cleaning it up is because this is your thought process every time. Every time you look at this picture, you gotta start looking at those things. So the first thing they want is an inscribed angle, and an inscribed angle is an angle inside the circle, but their vertex is on the circle. So inscribed angle, the vertex on the circle. Okay, so let's look for an angle, and there's a lot of angles in here. They're hard to see sometimes, but I see this angle, angle A, B, C. That is an inscribed angle. The vertex is on the circle, and I see angle ABC here. So, angle ABC, and remember, the vertex of any angle is always the middle letter, and B is the middle letter here. So angle ABC works. And that leaves just angle BOD for central angle, but let's talk about central angle. Oops, sorry about that. Get rid of this. Let's see here, I'm messing myself up here. All right. So central angle, there we go. So central angle is an angle, let's do that. Central, the vertex is the center of the circle. All right, that's why it's called central. So cleaning this up now, all right, I see a few central angles, but remember we only have one to pick from, and that's angle BOD. That works. I also have another one, I'll use a different color, I can see angle COD. All right, but they want angle BOD, and we're done with the top. Perfect. Okay. And then come in here, this number 2 is a classic how you're going to start to see some of your tests or quizzes. All right. Given circle J, given J is the center of the circle, well, that's circle J then. Answer the question below. What is the name of the circle? Well, circle J. All right. So the circle symbol is just a circle with a dot in the middle. Name a tangent. We haven't talked about tangent yet today, but that was on Friday. A tangent is a segment. It's outside the circle and intersects the circle at one spot. And this is the only thing that we see outside the circle. So here's our tangent. Now, anytime you name a segment, we name it with the 2 endpoints, F, G, with the segment symbol above. We don't need 3 letters, even though it goes F, B, G. Okay, then it says name a radius. I see 3. Okay, I see J to A, I see J to B, and I see J to C. So we could have JA or JB or JC. Or you can flip-flop the letters, like AJ would work as well, okay? So either one, you don't have to name all 3 unless they say name all of them, but it says name a radius. So you're only going to have to put 1. So cleaning that up again, I'm going to come back here and the diameter, well, there's only 1 diameter, and that goes from endpoint A through the center to endpoint B. That was pretty simple. Now it says name a chord, and I will tell you there are 3 different chords that I see. All right, so just understand a chord goes from one end point on a circle to the other end point on a circle. All right, so we have ED, we have EC, and we have AB. Those are the 3. We don't have JC because C is on the end, but J is not. It'd have to go all the way across, so that doesn't work for us, okay? So those are the 3. So we can either have AB, which we already know is the diameter. We could have EC, or ED. Either one of those 3, okay? Now we're going to come back. Central angle. I see a few central angles. I see an angle, and remember, it's 2 segments where the vertex is the center. Anytime you name an angle, you have to use the angle symbol. Angle BJC. Notice the vertex is the middle letter, okay? I could have had, or angle, let's do a different color here, AJC. Either one would work for me, okay? Clean that up. And then we go to an inscribed angle. And right now I only see 1 inscribed angle. And we kind of used it already with chords. From C to E to D. Again, the vertex, all right, that's the point of the angle. That is the middle letter, C, E, D. Okay? And then last but not least, name the highlighted arc. That's this out here, and that's just B to C, but we have to use the arc symbol. All right, not too bad. Now down here is where the math comes in. And so at first it's gonna look kind of weird because at top they want, in problem 3 and 4, they want you to give possible values, meaning you have to make up a value. But you're not gonna make up a value for all pieces, you're gonna make up a value for one, and then you'll be able to figure out the other ones. I'll show you, okay? So it says, write the possible values for angle DBC, DAC, and arc DC. So DBC is D to B to C. That's inscribed. Okay. Then angle DAC is also inscribed. And then arc DC is an arc. All right. If you remember from Friday, or if you look back at your notes, this is a very important piece. We're gonna just give a value, any value you want, to one of those three. Let's pick this one. Let's call it 40 degrees, right? 40 degrees. Let me write that a little better in there. Just blow it up a little bit more for me. 40. Well, if we know or remember the inscribed angle, let's do it this way. The inscribed angle is half the arc. So if the inscribed angle is 40 and it's half the arc, that means the arc has to be 80 degrees. Arcs are also in degrees, okay? Now, look at the next angle. This angle cuts into, or what they call intercepts, the same arc. So if this is 80 and the intercepted arc is 40, this being 80 means that this is 40 as well, okay? So any numbers you pick, you should be able to figure out. So what did we do? We just assigned angle DBC 40 degrees. And then we knew you doubled it because the inscribed angle is half the arc. You double it to get the arc, and then you take the arc and cut it in half to go back to the other arc, or the other angle, okay? Kind of a weird thing, and we'll practice that more. But now we have PAQ, POQ, and arc PQ. So we have PAQ is inscribed, and POQ is a central angle. Okay? So all we're going to do is just give one angle. Let's do this one again. Let's do angle P. Angle PAQ equals 40. Let's do it, 40. Okay, we know the arc, we know that this is half of the arc, so that arc has to be 80. Now the other piece that we did on Friday is central angles equal the arc. So we know if this is 40 and the arc is 80, then the central angle has to be equal to the same arc, 80. Okay? And that's how it works. So now that we know that, now they're giving us this arc, and they want you to find the central angle. And the central angle intercepts this arc. So that means the central angle is equal to the arc. So it's 120. The inscribed angle, and I'm using red, I probably should use a different color. The inscribed angle is half of the arc, 60. There you go. Down here. They're giving us the inscribed angle is 50. We know that the arc has to be double that, 100. And we know if the arc is 100, the central angle is 100. All right, so that's how we found that measure and that measure. Okay? And